Senator Murphy.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'm offering a slightly more tailored amendment as a follow-up to Senator Shaheen's amendment, and I would like a roll call vote on this amendment. This is an extraordinary amount of money to be used on a plane retrofit that will likely only be in service for a short period of time. Well, the administration has essentially refused to brief us on the full cost. Reports are that this number could be easily $1 billion. I know to us in the defense budget, that doesn't sound like a lot of money. To most Americans, that's a lot of their money to be spent on a plane that is not going to be in the service of the United States military and the United States Air Force for perhaps any longer than a few months, because the president has, in fact, stated his intention to take this plane with him when he leaves office. If Senator McConnell is right, and there are actually no funds being used in this coming fiscal year for the retrofit of the plane, that means that that work doesn't even begin for another year and a half, meaning that the plane is only going to be in service as this bridge plane for a handful of months. Senator Mullen, on May 12th, the President of the United States said this plane will, quote, go directly to my presidential library at the end of my term. There was no great chuckle from the audience after he said that. You may interpret that as a joke. It certainly didn't seem to be intended as a joke. And if that is actually true, that the intention is to transfer this plane to the president, then that is just an unconscionable waste of taxpayer dollars. $1 billion to pay for a plane that for 95% of its life will be used privately by the President of the United States. As to this question of corruption or conflict of interest, yes, we have historically had a bipartisan commitment in this Congress to prohibit gifts to high-ranking elected officials because it does create the potential for massive corruption and conflict of interest. And this is, if the plane is to be transferred to the president after just a few months of being in public usage, essentially a gift to him or to his presidential library. And so if that's okay, then are we all up for sale as well? Have we just stopped our bipartisan prohibition and concern for this level of gift to people in positions of influence? So I appreciate Senator Shaheen withdrawing her amendment. I'm trying to do something much more tailored, which is to say, even if we can't get consensus here that it would be a waste of money to retrofit a jet that may not be necessary, I would hope that we could at least come to a consensus that if we are going to spend that amount of money, if we are going to spend $1 billion of taxpayer money, that plane should stay in the service of the Air Force. And so this amendment simply says that this plane, after it is retrofitted, after it's been put in service, cannot be transferred to a non-governmental entity until the aircraft has served its full service life.
Senator McConnell.
As I indicated earlier, this jet supposedly was just delivered to the Department of Defense. It clearly is intended to support the president's travel, and for the foreseeable future will be a DoD asset. We should not merely on rumors and speculation about what could happen years from now. We should be briefed on the long-term disposition plans before rushing to take action such as this, for which there's simply no urgency. The amendment is intended as a poison pill and political theater, better suited, I would say to my friend Senator Reid, for the floor vote on NDAA. So I would urge a no against the Murphy amendment.
Madam Chair.
Senator
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. Just briefly, I think beyond rumor and speculation, that Senator Murphy just quoted the president firsthand with respect to his intentions. Second of all, to address this claim that's been made a few times, this is a poison pill. If I understand correctly, that means that the Senate would refuse to fund the Pentagon unless it allows the president to accept a jet from a foreign prince? If that's true, I'd like to understand why that is the line in the sand that would be drawn. The only other argument that I can conceive of is that we think the president would veto the entire Pentagon budget unless he's able to accept a jet from a foreign prince. I'd like to see him make that argument to the American public. So this is not rumor and speculation, it's the direct words of the president himself, and I find the notion that this would be a poison pill unpersuasive and baffling. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Are there other members seeking recognition? If not, the senator has requested a roll call vote, and the clerk will call the roll.
Senator McConnell.
No.
Senator Murkowski. No. Senator Graham.
No by proxy.
Senator Moran. Senator Hoeven. Senator Bozeman. Senator Capito. Senator Kennedy. Senator Hyde-Smith. Senator Hagerty.
No by proxy.
Senator Britt. Senator Mullen. Senator Fisher. Senator Rounds. Senator Murray.
Aye.
Senator Durbin.
Aye.
Senator Reed.
Aye.
Senator Shaheen. Aye. Senator Merkley. Senator Coons. Aye. Senator Schatz.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Baldwin.
Aye.
Senator Murphy.
Aye.
Senator Van Hollen.
Aye.
Senator Heinrich.
Aye.
Senator Peters. Aye. Senator Gillibrand. Aye. Senator Assa. Aye. Senator Moran. I vote no. Chair Collins.
No. On this vote, there are 14 ayes and 15 nays. The amendment is not agreed to.